Welcome back to another installment of Magic Miscellanea. I'm your host, Mundane Mike. This week, we're talking about spells you can cast without needing expensive ritual components, or any training. Each of us are capable of unlocking our true magical potential using these simple life hacks. I get letters every day from listeners asking how us non-wizarding folk can get into transmutation. If you've got a hammer handy, and some DIY know-how, you can cast Altar Shelf with just one swing. Interacting with distant objects has always been a pain without magic, but if you've got a local theater, you can hire the technical staff and dress them in all black. Then, cast Stagehand. If beguiling befuddles you, try being a little more direct than most wizards. You'll need a wand and training to cast Charm Person, but it only takes a switchblade to cast Harm Person. You might not have the hat, robes, or any discernible magical ability whatsoever, but remember, you are a wizard. That's all we have time for today. This has been Magic Miscellanea with Mundane Mike.
And now, for our regular scheduled programming. Let's see what's happening in the magical metropolis of xan'moxie in this thrilling installment of Dungeons and Drag Quiz!
The three of you have been separated.
Are we together?
Yeah, we're
Well,
together.
Tom and Cleo are together.
Yeah.
Miriam, you've been separated, and in fact, we are going to open in the woods.
The woods.
In xan'moxie.
Oh,
in the
okay.
Park Wilds.
Yeah.
Miriam Gargoyles, you are a teen. What do you look like as a teen?
Let's see. So she's got like a boxy shorts and like a unironed shirt on, which is kind of like beige and green, I guess. And she more or less looks like a kind of adult self, except she has her hair up.
In a pony?
In a ponytail, yeah. I've decided that.
Very
there was
adulty.
less of it. Yeah, let's just say that she cuts it very rarely, and over time she's just had to plait parts of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I always imagine Miriam with big hair, but
Yeah.
that's probably because of your wig.
Also because of wigs and drag, but yeah.
So you're in the woods in the Park Wilds. You are on your family's summer camp.
Yes.
Your family, the Gargoyles family, have been doing a stone carving workshop. The Gargoyles, of course, are famed stone carvers, particularly famed for their gargoyle carvings. But it is the early hours of the morning, and you are running through the woods, and you are the happiest you've ever been. Because you had accidentally stumbled into a different camp, the 1st Scout Brigade of xan'moxie, and you would never known another life until now.
Yeah, she's like burst onto the scene and like discovered a bunch of like other pimply teenagers like learning how to build fires and talk to small woodland creatures and close miniature portals to other worlds, but in a very cute and like safe way,
Sure.
sort of.
Fundamental skills.
Fundamental life skills.
Totally.
What's her little kid voice like?
Well, we're about to find out.
Oh, yes.
Because with you've run away in the night.
Yes.
And
it's
you
a
tried-
night camp.
Of course. Well, I imagine the Park Wild Scouts just don't stop. They're just doing it as opposed to the stone carving camp, which is more of a 9 to 5 dealie.
Yeah.
But you snuck out of your cabin.
Yeah.
With your sister Vanessa.
Yes.
Is she? Now tell me, is Vanessa your younger or older sister?
I think she's probably my younger sister. Yeah.
Sure.
But like only by a year or two.
So I imagine you dragged her along because she would not have wanted to go.
No. Yeah. So I've dragged her along. I'm like, Vanessa, you're not going to believe what I found.
Oh, she's gone with you.
Oh, right.
You dragged her to the camp and you've just come back. She's experienced all this with you.
Oh, wow.
And you were running back through the woods. And, oh, Miriam, I don't think we're going to get back in time.
Of course you will. You need to stop talking and stop breathing.
Oh, if we're late to class, Man, I'll be so angry.
Well, they don't need to know where we were. We can just say we went out early to find some fresh clay for those gargoyles.
Well, I suppose that's all right. Did you have fun?
Of course I had fun. They had grass and sticks and they were digging holes and I learned how to tie this weird knot. I can't get my finger out of it.
Oh, it's so soft and bending, not like stone.
Not like stone at all. No, I found a real sense of purpose with those people. I like stone. You can't tell Mum and Dad that I think we shouldn't tell them at all.
Oh, but I've never lied before.
Listen, I like to only keep lying for very special occasions. Like your deepest, darkest desires.
Well, all I want to do is become a stone carver.
Great, you don't have to lie then.
And you see the morning sun begin to rise as you're dashing through the undergrowth to get back to the camp. You come into a clearing, a particularly large mountain face, where a stone cabin has been erected by Ma and Pa Gargoyle, and are teaching a bunch of other youths.
Already, they're teaching.
Well, it's where they have been
where they
teaching,
have been. Okay,
yes.
okay.
But you managed to slip him back into bed in time. And as you are tucking your sheets in to pretend as if you've been sleeping the entire time, the whole world freezes.
Did I tuck the bed wrong? What's going on here?
And above you, you see the face of your emotional restoration helper.
Oh, that's right. Why are you... This is a private moment in my memories.
We have identified this moment as a source of trauma.
Well, that may be true, but I don't see any reason why we need to go any further into it. I'm obviously upset because I didn't tuck myself in time. And we are all good. We don't need to look into this any further.
The whole world around you rushes forward as if in fast forward motion, and suddenly you walk into a classroom a minute late with your sister Vanessa, and your father is behind a desk holding a large stone block. And having walked in a minute late, your father looks at you and Vanessa, Miriam, and he says, "Miriam, you're late. What is the meaning of this? Explain yourself at once."
I and Vanessa...
Just kidding.
Okay.
Take a seat. My daughter, everyone.
She kind of waves around awkwardly.
And there are a bunch of teens all ready. They've got their workstations, they've got some stone, they've got their tools. And on the board is just written, carved into a stone tablet. It's just like, Stone Carving 101, welcome to Stone Carving Camp. And all the other students are waiting to take their seat. And, Pa, I've got something to tell you. As Vanessa pipes up. Miriam and I snuck out.
To get you a fresh lump of clay. And then she grabs her hand back discreetly into someone else's clay block. And then rips it out and holds it up in the air.
Oh, Miriam, what a thoughtful gesture.
Yes, and that's the only thing we snuck out to do. She makes eye contact with
No,
Vanessa.
Pa, Miriam and I snuck out and went to a scout camp. And the entire classroom gasps, Miriam, is this true?
Well...
You're no daughter of mine.
And then she runs out of the classroom, crying.
And we fade back into the chamber that you're in with your emotional restoration helper. Yes, we have located the source of the trauma.
And
Let us talk about it.
She's somehow eating a fresh lump of clay. It's my family. They're supposed to accept you no matter what.
Yes. Well, the first step is talking about it, and then we can begin the repairing. As you begin pouring your guts out.
Yeah.
And we pan up during this monologue where you're getting into some really raw emotions.
Yeah.
And we cut to Tom and Cleo, who are running. You are walking along some kind of metal surface. Above you, it's just a city of tubes with junk and stuff just being thrown in every direction. And you are being chased by some floating drones, firing some kind of mending beam at you. Tom, you've now got 2 2.5 legs sticking out of your back.
2.5. I thought I just had the one.
Well, time has passed. And you've been hit by this bending beam multiple times. Cleo, you're currently unscathed, but you're on the run. What are you doing?
Did we overhear when Miriam got sent the wrong way? Did we hear anything?
Nope.
I went through last.
What were you holding? Did we see what he was going to hold, or she
I
was
think
going
we
to hold?
all held.
You were all
table
holding
legs.
a table leg, and I rolled to see if you would be, not that you know this, but I rolled to see that if you were being perceived as a person or an object.
Okay. So I'm just firing Eldritch Blasts at these droney, attacky things.
Sure, make me some attack rolls.
Do. 15.
Roll, roll again, since you fired 2.
19.
They both hit, right? You rolled me 2 separate attacks, targeting 2 other ones. Meanwhile, Tom, I need you to make me a dexterity save, as another laser is being fired at you.
Ooh. Nope, that's not gonna work. Hey, 19.
And you dodge out of the way, and you manage to flip onto a wall to dodge this shot, and you have a prime opportunity to leap onto the one that shot at you.
How big are they?
They're like no bigger than like a head.
Yeah, okay.
They're just floating around. They're just floating somehow. You're not quite sure what mechanism it is. And they're just firing little lasers from large aperture eyes.
And how many are there?
3.
Right.
And Cleo, what damage did you roll?
A 7 and a 4.
Cool. So the 7, you managed to destroy one of them, and it just falls to the ground, lifeless. The other one looks a bit damaged. On its last legs, actually. It is sputtering.
And am I jumping on the third?
Yes. Well, if you'd like.
Yes. Yes. I'll pounce on it.
Mm-hmm.
And try and trap it down.
Sure. Make me an attack roll. With advantage.
Hey, wait, what am I adding to that?
Roll it again and see if you get higher.
No.
You're adding
I
attack.
think that's like a +5 or +6 for you.
+6.
Yeah.
So what was it? 17. So 23.
That's definitely going to hit.
Damn.
You had advantage on the attack, so roll sneak attack as well. So that's a D4 plus 3D6.
Oh boy.
Knowing what things are.
All of the dice.
5. Oh, I just placed that down.
Nice try.
Still 2 though. 3.
So total.
6, 7, 8, 9.
That's more than enough. Tell me what happens to this drone.
So I pounce on it, and then it's still kind of burring up from underneath my paws, and it kind of gets up a little bit, but then I just kind of whack it down with one paw. Yeah.
Nice.
And in fact, you managed to smash it into the remaining drone.
Nice.
But before you do so, it fires off one last shot at Cleo. Could you make me a dexterity save?
Oh boy.
What you gonna grow?
Conscious.
Unlike
18.
You dodge out of the way. It doesn't hit your body, but tell me a piece of clothing that you're wearing that was maybe a bit frayed or damaged.
I'm still wearing my cloak. What's the cloak I
the one
have?
that changes colours.
Yeah, the Enviro cloak.
Mm-hmm.
It hit my Enviro cloak.
Sure. You manage to duck out of the way and it hits the back of your cloak. And Tom, you see the cloak kind of just mend itself and look almost pristine again.
Oh. Nice.
But you have... This is the first time you stopped running in the last hour, perhaps.
Oh my god.
You've been running, escaping drones, trying to find Miriam. You've wandered out of that specific tube that you were in, and now you're just in a hub where all these tubes are flying overhead. What do you do?
So we're in this hub. All the tubes are. What's around us?
So this
what's on the
chamber
floor?
that you're in appears to be a gigantic cylindrical chamber, and above you, these tubes are going into every direction on every layer of the cylinder. Where you are, it appears to just... It's the bottom. It looks like you had to jump down to get here. The floor is metal, as are the sides. It looks like it's more of just stuff falls out here and ends up here. It's like an out of bounds area for these tubes.
Are there any doors? Does it look like a staff maintenance area? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Roll me a investigation check.
Natural 20.
Yeah, with a nat 20, you find some kind of maintenance grate. It's a bit larger than the drones that were following you. Large enough for the two of you to fit through.
Let's get in there.
Dom, let's... Oh no, it's a grade. I think I can fit through. I am growing up. I may be many hundreds of years young, but I will brave this grade. Tom, you do not understand.
And Tom's just already gone in there.
Tom, you do not understand. Stand. Fine. I'll cry on the way.
And it's clear you enter after Tom and you're just crying as you crawl your way through this event. And we cut back to the woods. And a teenage Miriam, having run away from her family, has gone back to the xan'moxie Scout Brigade. It's the next evening, and you're just hanging out with your new friends. You're having the time of your life. You finally feel complete. This is what was missing.
This is what was missing. Thompson and Tabitha.
Try some more marshmallows, new friend.
Thompson, I am amazed you can fit that many in your mouth.
What can I say? It's his talent.
Alert enough and not.
Tabitha, that's beautiful.
Thank
Is
you.
that your own hair you made out of?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
You guys are cool.
Wow, look at the mood tonight. It's so full. It kind of looks like a raccoon.
Yeah, that's weird, it does.
What did you hear that? I heard some kind of twig and and you see your new friend. What's his name?
Maximilian.
Maximilian is just
The
pulled-
mouse man.
The mouse folk Maximilian you see just pulled into some bushes.
Oh my god. He grabs another marshmallow.
Wait, wasn't that Maximilian?
Yes.
Yes. Maximilian!
What do you do?
Should we rescue? Yes, let's rescue. Okay, we're going. I'm gonna dive into the bushes.
What are these other scouts' names?
Thompson and Tabitha.
Great. So Miriam, you jump into the bushes after Maximilian, and you see a figure running off with the limp body of Maximilian.
That looks scary.
I made a rope out of my hair.
I don't know. Maybe we should call for a scoutmaster.
And suddenly, out of the trees above you, jumps out a monstrous figure. It appears to be some kind of vicious raccoon creature. You've seen stories of these creatures. Were-raccoons that only come out on the night of the raccoon moon.
Of course, the raccoon moon.
And this were-raccoon jumps on Thompson.
Thompson,
No, I'm not sharing my marshmallows.
give them up.
No,
It wants garbage.
I don't care that I'm bleeding.
I made a lasso out of my hair.
No, don't use the lasso against them. It'll try and eat it too.
And Tabitha lassos the were-raccoon. And it just, while mauling Thompson, it pulls Tabitha by the lasso and then pulls you into the carnage. And Miriam, what do you do?
Crying, she takes her scarf, her scout scarf, off, and then puts it over like a zip line. And then, like, crying, looking back at her new home, like, on fire, I guess. She goes down the zip line.
Which, of course, the camp is on top of a mountain.
Yeah. Inside the park wilds, yes. Run!
And all you hear is the sounds of hissing and marshmallow chewing.
I could have made so many knots for you.
My friends! Yeah, so I guess she lands on the other side and she
God.
just watches the first scout brigade.
And it freezes again. And you are pulled back to the chamber. Now, tell me about this moment. How did it shape your life?
This one's definitely sadder than the first one. More people died. Oh God, I'd forgotten. How did he fit so many marshmallows in his tiny little face?
Yes, it appears this was some kind of repressed memory. Has this affected your interactions with any raccoons?
Yes, without a doubt, I've had a thing against raccoons. In fact, most small forest creatures, since I don't trust them.
Interesting.
Why do they want to eat garbage? Goblins eat garbage. That's why I hate goblins.
We appear to have made a breakthrough. We're making very good time, Miriam Gargoyles. New estimated time of repair, 205 years.
Okay. Shit. Well, I miss them a lot, I suppose. And why are we here? Why do you need to try and keep fixing me? It's clear I'm broken.
All things must be fixed. You will be returned in pristine condition. A newer and better you.
You. Sounds like a friend I used to know. A little dragon called Eugene. And she starts sobbing afresh.
Tell me about this, Eugene.
He was an employee of one of my close friends. Little dragon intern, lived in a briefcase most of his life. It was a large briefcase, granted, but she was rather mean to him, and I was a friend of sorts for a time. We went to the Christmas party together, and I took a photo of him in a silly tie, and I was wearing a tiny hat.
And the world bleeds away as you see a montage of moments you shared with Eugene. Moments that were never on screen.
Never on screen. Never before seen.
Just you and the pseudo-dragon Eugene, Cleo's intern, at a Christmas party, and just having a coffee, and just hanging out. There's a photo where Cleo's tripped over a puddle, and you and Eugene are pointing and laughing.
I want to know what song would be playing in this montage.
Memories? Sung by a raccoon?
That's the loudest raccoon.
That's perfect. Okay, great.
And the last image you see is an arrow piercing Eugene mid-flight. An arrow you shot as you murdered him.
I was just protecting my friend. I didn't think about it. He was a friend too, wasn't he? Wasn't he?
Conflict detected. New estimated time of repair, 400 years. And we cut back to Cleo and Tom.
Cleo's crying, and she's like crawling, and she picks up her scrying orb, and she clicks on an icon on her desktop that just says Miriam, because she's placed tracking devices on all her friends, which has previously been set up. Previously established that Cleo has tracking devices. So she's not letting Tom know. And she activates it to see where Miriam is in relation to where she is now.
Could you... Oh, actually, yeah, so you realize that your scrying orb isn't getting any reception. Could you make me a history check?
11 minus 1. 10.
Oh boy.
Cleo doesn't do history.
Out of reception? Who knows? Maybe it's his duck.
She shakes it.
Is it like a magic 8
Yeah.
ball that comes up with?
Your future
Try
is
again
uncertain.
later.
Tom, you're up in front as you're crawling through. You hear Cleo make some annoyed sounds, but you're pressing on. You feel like you've been climbing on on a slope going up this whole time. It's not too steep, but you feel like you are going up.
Okay. And is there any light at the end of the tunnel? Any?
You see some light coming up from up ahead that's filtering in, and you come up onto a grate. You don't know how long you've been in here. It's been a while. You've just been crawling. You've been hearing sounds all around you.
Are there any other grates along the way that you can see down?
There were some on the way, but they were just. It looks like looks like maybe you've been going in a spiral up the cylinder. Mm-hmm. You've just been seeing these tubes. One of them you just saw a dronify blast.
Right. Wait, so are we in a clear tube?
No, this is just like a vent.
Yeah. Okay. So can we just soldier on to where the light is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's an eerie blue light coming up. And show me a perception check.
12.
You hear a voice. You have failed me in helping me restore balance to Repaira. And you hear an incineration sound of flames.
Oh. Can I hear this or is it just Tom?
You can hear it as well. Could you make me another perception check?
A reception
A
check?
reception
How
check.
receptive is Cleo to the sound of incineration?
Oh, pretty good.
Pretty receptive.
21.
So with the 21, you hear the same thing that Tom did. You can also hear the sound of metal parts falling apart and hitting the ground.
How far along is it? Like, when will we get there?
It's just up ahead. You can be there now if you want, peering down.
Yes.
And
What do
you
we see?
see a large circular screen that's attached to various wires and tubes that is coming out of the ground. And you see this face. There is a face on the screen, and it appears to be a digitized, pixelated image of, it looks like a woman with no facial features, just big red lipstick and blonde hair in that kind of 40s housewife kind of style.
Ooh.
Like a vector portrait. Yeah, just like, they're like little earrings and just blonde hair in like a sweepy housewifey style.
Yeah.
And
The housewife style, you know.
you know the word. Just imagine like a 50s housewife.
She in the kitchen.
Yeah. You saw when the flames appeared, there was like a brief glow, and it's back to the blue, and it's emanating from her monitor screen. And you see discarded junk on the ground. Some of it's been burnt through and melted, the rest of it's just fallen apart. And then you see a claw come down from the ceiling and just grab all this junk and deposit it into various tubes that appear.
That doesn't look cozy. Yikes.
I don't know about going down there.
I don't trust an ominous computer, but I respect it. But I don't understand it.
And then you see the screen retract into the ground and into panels close over it, and the blue glow disappears.
Well, that looks better, doesn't it?
Much nicer. Just the incinerated remains of an inferior failed subject.
Oh, and there's my toaster again. Old Sparky.
Do you reckon that thing runs the place? It seems very authoritative.
Are you talking about Sparky?
No, not the toaster. Maybe the toaster. I don't know. Technology is, but the big thing, it had lights. If seeing a lot of professional, pseudo-qualified actors perform theatre, a change in lighting means something ominous happened. And that blue lighting seemed quite ominous to me.
Oh, I think maybe we just blow in the back of it and maybe it will work again.
Yes, they were missing structure on the face. I would give it 3 out of 5 stars if I were a viewer, but I'm not, because I can afford to buy tickets to theatre shows.
I don't know what you're on about, mate, but I reckon we've got nowhere else to go, so we'll go down there.
Let's have a look.
As you are discussing this, there is a smash underneath you, and you feel yourself being pulled down.
Oh.
The vent that you're in has just been detached from the ceiling and is being held by a claw attached to a long, stretchy arm.
Well, I guess we now don't have a choice, do we?
I'm going to hold on a bit stronger than I did before. Excuse me.
And you see from a different part of this chamber, not where the face retracted, you see the wall open and this monitor again appear, the circular monitor, and it snakes out and the monitor turns on. And that face appears again, the expressionless housewife face. Hello, you are foreign elements.
Well, I prefer the term xan'moxie citizen, but whatever.
A ray of light washes over both of you. An elf and an incomplete table.
Hold on a minute. I resent that. I like to think of myself as a unique table and also maybe a bit of a cat.
Interesting. Both of you appear to be broken.
Do you work here?
Yes, I am the mother of maintenance. I run Repaira. You may call me Mom.
Oh!
Mom.
Well, this is a lot of issues that I was not preparing for today. Anyway, we are on the hunt for our friend. She's about yay high, which she tries to gesture in a vent, which doesn't really work.
You're like in an exposed vent section that's now been rotated to face this monitor.
Really high. Red hair. Miriam's memory. It's red hair. I will remember next time, Miriam, and we flood back into prison there. Red hair. And a hammer that talks.
Wait, the hammer talks or she talks?
The hammer talks. Remember, it's like, bro.
Oh, yeah. I like that hammer. It's a good hammer. Anyway, have you seen her?
I am unaware of this individual.
Oh, will you run the joint? Can't you find her?
Yeah, Mum.
My sensors indicate that you have entered Repaira through some other means.
Well, yeah.
What is your purpose in Repaira?
Oh, we're just looking for an elevator.
An elevator for a friend who is also missing. That one, you know.
Only deception with advantage, since you're kind of lying.
Oh, deception. Alright, so 17. Oh, and 14. 17 is honest.
And you talk?
Oh. 20, not 20.
She seems to buy it. Interesting. But I am in need of aid. My drones are too balanced and orderly to perform the tasks that I require of them. I require agents of chaos.
Well,
Sorry, no, after you.
Well, I was just going to say that Chaos is my middle name.
Well,
it was my father's name. And his father before him. But my mum put her foot down and said, you're only getting the middle name. So anyway, you were saying?
Well, are you seeking a casual contract for employment? Is this a long-term thing? Are we talking superannuation? Do we need to talk about, insurance? Are we getting insurance? I have great insurance, but I'm not sure if it covers entire planes of Repaira.
My domain has been infiltrated by rogue elements. I require you to eliminate them.
By rogue, do you mean like actual rogues? Or just like naughty things?
Broken things which resist repair.
Oh, that sounds troublesome. Anyway, she starts writing a number. Here is salary. Salary. Here is a piece of celery with a number inscribed upon it, as is xan'moxie tradition in negotiating salaries.
I do not consume organic matter.
No. This is you read it and then you give us a number for salary. If the salary.
I do not require payment.
No. You pay us.
You will not be receiving payment.
Will we be receiving a friend and a elevator?
Your compensation for helping me will be not being repaired.
That sounds pretty reasonable right now.
I mean, I'm already pretty repaired though. Look at that. Tom points to his.
That's 2.5 legs there. Fine, we'll do it.
Looking at you makes me want to retch if I could.
Well, I never.
You are extremely disharmonious. You are the most chaotic thing I have ever seen.
Well, what did I tell you?
I work for the celestial plane. The plane of harmony. Yes, let's work together.
And yet you are filled with contradictions.
True.
Your very presence within my plane is giving me a migraine.
You can have a migraine?
It is the closest thing to a migraine that I can experience.
Fun. Anyway, what do you need us to do?
To reiterate, I require you to eliminate these rogue elements.
And where can we
Why?
find them? Yes.
They are crawling in the walls, like vermin, evading my grasp. I thought you to be them, but you are not. You are new to Repaira. You did not come here by natural means. You do not require repair the way that they do.
Okay.
Perhaps one day you will wind back up in Repaira.
What do they look like?
Yes, can you do an image on your big screen?
On your face, he's saying.
Yes, get rid of your face.
Put something else on. It's not
Images
pleasant.
flash up, they look like mugshots of various people. You see...
Enhance. Enhance.
Left.
You see a variety of people. You see an elf with a bit of light stubble. You see a tall-looking woman. She's barely fitting in the frame, and she's just got like a blank expression on her face. You see a pixie floating around, and just a variety of people. You don't recognize any of them, and to you they look like regular xan'moxie citizens.
And so are they mugshotty, or are they like a CCTV type situation?
It is very mugshotty. Like it's like been like a picture that would be in someone's file.
Right.
And they are in the walls.
They move around. They like to hide in the walls. Sometimes they use my tubes.
What are they doing here?
They were brought to Repaira to be repaired.
Well, why don't you just fix them then?
They are resisting repair.
Well, maybe they think they're all right just the way they are.
Nonsense. I demand perfection.
Well, you're going to be disappointed an awful lot.
I have made my terms clear. Eliminate these rogue elements, and you will not be repaired.
Okay, but can you also do a systems check for our friend? And I go on my phone and I get a picture of Miriam.
What does she look like in the picture?
It's actually a surveillance shot of Miriam.
Just like halfway through eating a sandwich.
Yeah, and it's where I screenshotted it because I found something interesting in the image that I wanted to say. But it was when I was spying on Miriam at home, bored alone.
Analyzing. Miriam Gargoyles.
Yes.
We have one Miriam Gargoyles here in Repaira.
Oh, good news.
It's a pastrami sandwich, by the way.
She is currently set for release in 636 years.
Oh, that's too many. We're going to need her out now.
She's very good at finding rogue things.
Yes, she could do that real well.
In fact, would triple our efficiency.
She would double it, in fact.
Yes. Yes, and.
Mortal minds are not like objects. They are more fragile and easily broken. If the therapy process is interrupted, she may be broken beyond repair. And I will need to eliminate her.
Ooh, okay, no. Put that claw thing down.
She was alright the way she was, though. Can't you just give her back how she is?
My analysis tells me that she requires repair. She is imperfect. She is filled with regrets and trauma and shame.
Aren't we all, though?
I'm not. I am perfect.
Well,
I'm a being of order and harmony.
Don't you regret those things being in your walls?
They are not my fault. I am trying to remove them. Their mere existence causes me pain.
You have pain. Let's talk about this. When did you first start feeling this pain?
Do not try this on me. I am an ancient being.
Alright,
I do not require repair.
When did you last see him?
Several days ago in xan'moxie time.
Alright, and where was they?
They were crawling around the tubes.
Well, there's a lot of tubes here. You're going to have to be more specific than that.
I have since lost them. They travel quickly. They use the tubes.
Alright, and where's our friend Miriam?
I cannot divulge this information.
I thought that might work.
I appreciated it. 10 points to your house of choosing.
I've got another question then. If I were to also want one of these brain repairing things, where would I go to get one?
If you would like to submit yourself for repair, you may do so after eliminating these rogue elements.
Oh man, nothing gets by her, does it?
Those drones, by the way, those mending drones, don't suppose we could use them? Do you have like a little remote control? I recently learned how to use the remote control on my TV, and it has revolutionized my life. I go between channels.
Very well. If you require assistance, I will give you the assistance of one of these mending drones. And a hatch opens and one just floats out.
And then Tom starts swatting at it.
No. Stop, this is our one.
Oh.
And a cable comes out of the mother of maintenance and plugs into the drone. And there is an exchange, and you hear some buzzing. And then another one comes out and comes through your head.
Like, I start swatting, like...
Do not resist.
What is this?
This is required to create a mental link between you and the mending drone.
No, fine. But if this hurts, we'll probably continue anyway.
And
You
it
already
plugs,
have a familiar.
it plugs into your mind, and you just feel this buzzing. And then you're back. You may give it simple mental commands.
Change channel.
I start floating it around the room.
Administered privileges have been locked for your own safety. Now, destroy those rogue elements so I can be rid of you.
Thank you. Off we go. By the way, Tom, do you want a name for this thing? Do you want to give it a name?
Oh, I'd love to. Why don't we call it, what about, what about Philip?
Philip. Okay.
No, you're saying it wrong. It's Philip.
Philip.
You're close, but
Flip.
it's more like Philip.
Philip.
Do not form
No, it's not.
emotional attachments with my mending drones.
You mean Philip?
No, I was talking about you. You didn't give us a name. We have to call you something. Philip. You are now
no,
Philip.
I was calling the drone Philip.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Philip the screen.
Oh, well now we've got two Philips. This
Oh.
is
I
gonna
have
get
already told you
confusing.
my name is the Mother of Maintenance.
The mother of Philip.
I am revoking your privileges to call me Mom,
Oh, well, what we call you then?
the Mother of Maintenance.
Oh, that's real long. I'll call you Philip.
Anyways, see you later.
Come on, Philip.
Come on, let's go.
And she disappears into the wall again. We come back to Miriam.
She's got a tub of ice cream now.
Well, again, we're back in the park wilds.
Oh,
and
okay.
You have been camping. Teenage Miriam has been camping out alone for days in the park wilds. What have you been doing to survive?
She has a small fire and has been eating a xan'moxie fantasy version of an ibis, which is like on a spit, which is roasting. She has those kind of commando marks made out of some red ochre she found in the dirt, and has got some of the survival packs, I guess, from the camp that she's also been eating, and I don't know, set up a perimeter. Sure.
Oh, do you know? Did you cast alarm,
Um,
or is it more like a physical?
just like a physical
Sure.
perimeter.
Well, what happens when it's triggered?
I think it's just like some twine and rocks, so that you can hear some rocks fall down.
Sure. You hear some rocks fall.
She snatches her handmade spear, which is just a long wooden shiv, and then gets up and looks around with wild eyes.
And you see the spectral form of a robed figure in khaki with a wide-brimmed hat, her face concealed. You see it's Elder Sybil. Greetings! What are you doing here? All by yourself?
I'm from the scouting brigade. We were attacked. Where are raccoons?
Where raccoons? But the raccoon moon was several days ago. Oh, you poor thing! Are you the only survivor?
I believe so.
Well, everything's going to be okay. What is your name?
Miriam.
Well, I'm Elder Sybil, and you don't have to worry anymore.
Okay, Elder Sybil. I don't know if it's the khaki robes or that ancient voice, but I feel at peace in your company.
And we see a montage of you being taken under the tutelage of Elder Sybil.
Yeah.
As we see Miriam grow from a scared teen in the woods into the respected park ranger we know today.
Including that montage is Elder Sybil showing her how to brew tea. Brew tea, close portals to other worlds.
Yeah. And the song is Mulan's Be a Man. But
Oh.
instead of Be a Man, it's Miriam. The coursing river.
Perfect. Yeah. Oh, and then in one of the montage scenes, it's Elder Sybil showing her how to untie the knot that she tied on her finger earlier.
And you cut back to the therapy chamber that you're in, and Dr. Robot turns to you and says, "It appears this has been a well-formed emotional pillar in your life."
Yes, I don't know where I would be without Elder Sybil. She taught me everything to know about what it is to be a young woman, and then an older woman, and then an ageless being of time and space and khaki. I'm not obviously one of those yet, but I hope one day I will make that transition.
Interesting. And you can see now there's just a counter that has just appeared for like the remaining time left, and it's just been fluctuating wildly the entire time.
Yeah.
And you also notice you've been taken through some memories that have been identified as problems that appear to just be mundane things. And you go into one of them now, and now let us talk about this next problem: your love of oolong tea. This is an imperfection. We must rectify it.
It's not an imperfection. Oolong tea, a perfect cup of oolong, is perfect. It's about 83 degrees Celsius. It's very hard to heat water to that point and keep it as water. But that's when you know the tea leaves are just right. Elder Sybil taught me. That was one of my fondest memories.
It is a risky beverage. It will endanger your lifespan. Drinking such a hot beverage will cause you to expire much earlier.
Well, isn't that redundant? If you have a good life, you don't need to worry about, living a little shorter.
You are taken to the moment you tried oolong for the first time, and I believe this was in the park ranger staff room.
Yeah.
It's just there sitting on the counter. I believe you've mentioned that it was like a kind of an initiation thing.
Yes.
Where you choose.
Yes.
Long time ago in a episode
You had to choose
past.
which type of tea that you were going to make.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah. So
Wasn't it like a panic thing? Like,
and
Yeah.
then, so she just reaches into and pulls out some oolong.
Ah, very good choice, Miriam. Oolong, my personal favorite.
Yeah, and then I guess she kind of scoops it into like one of those little kind of capsules and then puts into the tea, into the cup.
And you watch it brew, and it's a really fond memory that you have. And you take a sip and you remember the first time that you tasted oolong tea, your favorite tea, and then the world freezes again. These feelings are too extreme. Wait,
No,
you are too euphoric.
That's not true. It's okay to have emotions sometimes. Not everyone has to be okay or just fine. Sometimes you can have a really good time, and other times you can have a really bad time. And then she refers to the half-eaten lump of clay.
Incorrect. This emotion does not fall within.
No, I'm starting to think I'm not the one who's incorrect. Why can't I have feelings, and why can't they be okay?
Please stand by while we rectify this memory of oolong tea. And you are back in the staff room, and you're about to take the first sip. And then you see all around you, there are 4 gigantic teacups pouring oolong tea as you are sipping it, and it is scalding hot. It is 86 degrees.
This is not right. Why is it burning?
And you can make me a wisdom save.
13.
You can feel the memory, this first moment where you had oolong tea for the first time, try to be reshaped as a bad memory. But you're fighting it.
Yeah.
And then everything disappears, and you're back in the room. And you see Dr. Robot has been knocked over.
What the hell was that?
And you see your room has been broken into. You see an elf with light stubble, and
That's some light stubble.
you see that they do not have any arms. They're just wearing a shirt with flapping sleeves, but you see some glowing magical hands appear to be floating around the room, touching things. You see this tall woman wearing a pink fur bra and a pink mole who has just clobbered Dr. Robot over. And she turns to you and says, "Well, howdy."
Okay. Like, she's just like starstruck. She's like, who are you?
"Why, I'm Lady Madam."
Lady Madam, you want tall glass of water?
Just a second, and she turns back to Dr. Robot, and you see her shapeshift into a werebear as she tosses her maul aside and begins ripping into this robot. And you see the elf come up to you, and, "Are you all right?"
I'm not...
And Mage Hand just, comes under your chin to, inspect you.
I'm okay. I was having a memory, and then suddenly the tea was scalding hot. It's not supposed to be that hot.
Was this the first time that one of your memories was changed?
I believe so. That's a bad Dr. Robot.
Yes. We do not need to be fixed or repaired. What is your name?
I'm Miriam Gargoyles.
I'm Callisto. And we'll get you out of here, Miriam. We'll all get out of here.
Thank you, Callisto. And then she shakes his floating magic hand.
They're
Floating magic hand.
Yeah. And it feels corporeal.
Thank you.
Now let's get out of here.
Sweet.
And you see Lady finish up
Molly.
and then change back into a tall woman with a furkini. Grabs her maul and walks back out with you.
Lady, that was quite the display.
Oh, shucks.
I am so grateful that you both found me in here. I was starting to think that I deserved those feelings, and that my emotions were wrong, and that 86-degree temperature liquid is actually dangerous.
Yes, they try to fill you with all kinds of thoughts here to make you numb, make you balanced, as she says.
As who says?
The creature that runs this place. The mother of maintenance.
Some kind of mum.
Yes, precisely. Now, let's get out of here. And you begin running down a corridor following Callisto and Lady.
Wait. Do I have my equipment with me, like my
No.
hammer and stuff? I don't have my hammer, though. I had other things when I was here.
Right, we'll go find those first.
Okay.
How will our heroes get out of this one? Find out after these messages.
Hello everyone, it's me, Peak, your Dungeon Master. Welcome to the mid-roll. Today, I'd just like to take a moment to thank all of our Patreon donors for supporting the show and helping bring xan'moxie to life. Characters like Lady Madam and a character you'll meet in the rest of the episode were designed and submitted by Patreon donors for the $20 a month tier. If you'd like to submit a character that'll show up in future episodes, head to patreon.com/dndqau and become a donor today. Your support seriously means so much to us. Now remember the days of a regular release schedule? Do you long for more regularity in your Dungeons & Drag Quiz episodes? I sure do, but you're not going to get it in the coming weeks. And I'm sorry again. I deeply apologize. I have had a sudden trip to Thailand come up to see family, so we'll have a slight disruption to the release schedule, after which I promise we'll be back to 2 weeks. So again, sorry about that. So how about we get back to the episode as a little treat?
Meanwhile, Cleo and Tom, you met the mother of maintenance who runs Repaira and gave you the task to eliminate the rogue elements that have infiltrated Repaira. And you've been given a little drone companion to aid you.
Philip.
And
Philip.
No, I thought mother was Philip, and this is Philip.
No, they're both Philip.
They're both strong Fs.
No, that's a PH, idiot.
the drone just floats along. And while you're not actively commanding it, it just floats up and down, inspecting things. And you see there is a scuff on one of the walls, and it just fires its mending ray and cleans the scuff.
They must have come through here. There was a scuff. Well, there's no longer a scuff. There was a scuff, and then this thing fixed it.
You know what I just think? I wouldn't be in this mess if I had one of those drones back when my drywall got punched in.
Cleo's is pensive for about 3 seconds and goes, "Yes, your observations are correct."
Anyway. Yes, there was a scuff and now there's not a scuff. Do you think that means anything?
I feel like maybe they ran this way. Philip, can you talk?
It's Philip.
Philip, can you talk?
It turns to you, and it just blinks its aperture, and then turns back around.
Philip, can you understand?
It turns back to you again, and it nods.
Ah, good, Philip.
It's fine.
Open up administrative command.
You just see a big red X appear on its eye. Denied.
Restore to factory settings.
Denied. Administer privilege is required.
Inform me. Open up the administrative privilege password page.
Denied.
What do you mean denied?
Administer privilege is required.
Well, now you can talk, can't you? So clearly.
The voice appears to be coming from elsewhere.
Fine. Can you read my thoughts?
It kind of gives like it turns its head to its side, like as if
that's
confused.
I close my eyes and I try and project me logging onto my computer at home and typing in my password. It takes about 2 minutes because I type one finger at a time.
Roll me a general intelligence check.
Oh my god.
For me? Or
Actually, make this charisma, in fact.
You're trying to will a robot into revealing it.
just charisma bonus? 12.
Sure. You have this, you project this thought, and you see the drone kind of shake briefly, and then the X comes up again.
What was the password that you imagined typing in? What's Cleo's password?
It is. Password.
Perfect.
What happens when you need numbers in it too?
No, Cleo just
69,
doesn't.
69.
Cleo doesn't do that. She just gives up on the software because it's way too advanced and she probably wouldn't be able to use it anyway. Cleo kind of like observes and she's like, and then carries on walking. Which way you think, Don?
So we're at a corridor, correct?
So you have left the maintenance floor, and you're just ascending up through this chamber. You've gone through different chambers where tubes are connected and everything. You're just walking along. Every time drones come by you, they just ignore you.
Right. And where we saw the scuff, was there like an exit nearby?
Roll me investigation check.
19.
You see that like one of the panels that makes up the wall near the scuff looks a little bit loose.
Can I pull at it?
Yeah, sure. It just comes right off. It was quite loose actually. And you see there's a glowing coming from inside it. A purple glow.
Ooh. What is it?
And it floats away from you. Get away from me! And I need you to make a dexterity save.
Is it just my dexterity?
Yep.
So unnatural 20.
You dodge a blast of magic, and it soars behind you and hits Philip.
Philip.
Shrinking Philip to marble size. As this creature then flies out of the crevice that it was hiding in and flies out, and you see it was the pixie that you saw. And it just flies up the corridor.
Wait, you're trapped here too. Two.
And you see Philip just spring into action and just begin following this thing, and you've lost control.
No, Philip.
Although Philip is flying slowly because it is shrunk.
Philip, come back here. Philip.
Can we chase after them?
Yeah, sure.
And I'm doing that, and I'm like telepathically communicating to Philip. It's like, you come back here right now, Philip. Do not make me turn the ship around.
You just see blasts of magic coming from this pixie. One of them hits the ground in your path, and tangled roots just grow out of the metal and impede you. It's just made a little vine wall. Philip's just slipped through, but the two of you are stuck behind it.
Can I not pull out a knife and give it a slash?
Yeah, make me a sleight of hand. So you're looking for the right places to cut.
That will be a 27.
Sure.
Damn.
You slice through with very little effort. You've lost very little time.
Sweet.
Do I know the pixie's name?
You recall the name from the image that came up. Her name is Snapdragon.
Snapdragon. Snapdragon, we're not attacking. Come back here. And meanwhile, Cleo's like trying to still kind of like using Tom as a guide, but still trying to telepathically communicate to this drone, like the words ally above the face of the pixie in its memory bank.
Make me a persuasion check.
Natural 1.
Oof.
A very good logic. It's not turning out to
No.
Instead, it comes up as frenemy.
The drone continues rushing after Snapdragon, and the two of you continue chasing.
How
her.
far behind are we?
You're getting pretty close, actually. Like within throwing distance.
Alright. Would I be able to like leap and jump onto the pixie and try and like track it?
Sure. Make me an athletics check.
Well, 11.
You leap for the pixie and you miss, but instead you manage to grab the shrunken drone that is now just in your hands.
Well, I got Philip.
Fine, I'm just trying to think of shut down. What thing shut down? And she just she goes back into her memory banks to try and remember that time her screen got filled up with dating apps. Back at our mansion when I showed you my computer and it was flooded with spam. And I try and go back to that memory and flood its memory with
roll
spam.
me a persuasion check again.
Gosh. Oh no. It's going up poorly. 10.
You shoot these images into the drone's head and it just begins to quiver in Tom's hands. And it's trying to fly off. And then it manages to, but it's flying a bit slower than it was before.
Well, Tom, this is very difficult.
Can we still see the pixie?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
She says flying ahead, and she shoots another magic blast in your direction. I need you to make me a wisdom save.
Ooh, 8.
You are hit by a blast and you just feel your body changing, and you turn into a sheep.
Do I still have table legs out my back?
Yes, you do. It's like a smaller table.
Right.
Like a coffee table.
Well, I never. And then somehow he finds a tuft of grass and starts chewing on it.
Do you speak that in common, or does it more come out like blah blah blah?
Yeah, I don't know. Can people here understand me? Or
Yeah, let's say you can still speak normally.
Great.
You're just a bit slower and more docile as a sheep.
So Cleo is deep in concentration, still trying to think of things to shut this thing down, and looks up and just loses track of Tom and just sees a sheep. It's just kind of looks at it and just continues running because it has no idea what this sheep is.
Wait, Cleo.
What?
It's
Tom.
me.
What?
You got to be careful. She hit you with your ray, and all of a sudden you want to eat grass.
You're a sheep, Tom.
What you mean?
Tom, why are you messing around being a sheep? I'm trying to control this flying thing.
Excuse me, I think you'll find that I am not a follower of nothing and I do things myself.
Well, you better work. Now come.
What you mean, you? You mean like EWE?
No, I meant... And I just start running up.
And you see the purple glow of the pixie up ahead disappear. Could you make me an Arcana check?
14.
You think this is some kind of invisibility effect that she's cast upon herself.
What was the name again?
Snapdragon.
Snapdragon, trust me, I know I look evil and I act evil and I probably sound evil, but if you think I sound evil, well, you've got problems because people can sound however they want. Anyway, I called for a drake to try and get here. I need to get out too. This place is very claustrophobic. Have you seen a small dwarf?
And then suddenly there is a purple glow in front of you. And you see her features more clearly, and she is a small pixie with wings flapping in front of you. How do you know my name?
This computer appeared and then told us we had to hunt you down, but we don't want to hunt you down, we're just trying to find our friend, and that was a better option than dying.
Your friends! And then you see the small shrunken Philip just orbiting Snapdragon, and she's kind of just dodging it. Is this a friend? Call it off! Call it off!
I'm trying very difficult. I'm collected telepathically, but it's pretty chaotic. Do you have a fort? Have you used computers before?
I'm a pixie. So yes, I've traded all forms of information technology.
Okay, I need you to remember the last time you hacked a computer that was very difficult, and then I'm going to tap into your brain, and it's going to tap into mine, and we're going to try and lock this thing down.
Wait. Are you not hot desking, but you're remote computering through her brain?
I will open up the link and you close it down.
I don't think you understand how technology works.
No, I don't. And she just starts telepathizing.
It's you just flood Philip's mind with you failing at using technology.
Yeah.
And just you taking a bad angled selfie unintentionally, and you the shrinking spell wears off as Philip grows back to its regular size and begins darting around the room, and it just falls to the ground and then shuts off.
That was tiring.
Hooray! You did it!
I'm glad I got that blender working in the end, though. And she just goes back to a memory where the blender was just flying around the kitchen, and then the contents of it was all spew along the wall. And then she thought she fixed it, but someone else just unplugged it, and she was like, I did a good job.
I think by all this time, Tom's finally kind of sheeped his way over
Oh yeah, you stole a sheep.
Oh yes, this is my friend. Can there not be a sheep?
Yeah, you made me a sheep. I want to be a sheep. Make me back to who I was, please.
It wasn't me. You're a sheep now.
What do you mean it wasn't you? It was you.
Just kidding. And she just poofs you back into a person.
She's really annoying.
I think she's quite funny. You said naturally as a pixie you're good at telecommunication stuff.
As all pixies are.
Everybody knows
It's
that.
canonical, says another pixie from behind a grate.
This is my other friend, Flapdragon.
Well, they didn't have you on the
Please
record.
don't ask me about the flaps. They're very private.
It's sensitive.
You two are very, very perky. Can you hack into this? It said something about administrative rights, password access, and I think we can use it to do something.
We can't hack any of Mum's systems. She's too advanced.
But I've got a telepathic link. Would that help? It's beyond science. I think.
I can't help you, but you can help us.
Well, that sounds like a one-sided agreement.
Well, you're one of us, aren't you? You don't want to be repaired.
No.
We don't need to be repaired. I mean, I did just now because you turned me into a sheep, but otherwise, we're pretty good.
You're perfect exactly the way you are, especially with your beautiful table legs.
And my flaps.
Exactly, Flapdragon.
Now we're getting it.
Well, there are two other people here that are on the list. Where are they?
Those are our friends.
All right, that didn't really help us at all, did it? Who are they and where are they?
You mean Lady and Callisto? They're around here somewhere.
Well,
That's not.
We're always running and hiding from Mum's machines.
Why don't you just leave?
We can't leave. We're stuck in Repaira.
Oh. Are you trying to leave at least?
Yes, we've failed so far.
How long you been here for?
I've been here for 3 years.
oh, that's not... Okay, well, let's continue walking.
I live in the walls and eat the things that come in.
And I eat what's left.
I'm just imagining like Snapdragon eating the poop of like
The flat dragon is yes.
Flapdragon eating Snapdragon's yes.
This is a whole another level of food chain I do not want to engage with. Anyway, let's...
Alright, well what can
Forward.
you tell us about this place?
It's a place where things get fixed, even if they don't want to be.
Yeah, okay, we already know that bit. Where would our friend be? Our friend was getting repaired in the brain, if you know what I mean. And we don't know where that might happen.
Your friend might be the person that Callisto and Lady were trying to find. If we find Callisto and Lady, we'll find your friend.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, well this just doesn't seem to be very
this
helpful.
is going
is it?
around in
Yeah, it really
circles
is.
and in squares if you're partial to a corner.
I can kind of see why you're still here, to be honest.
Anyway, how about you guys carry this little device and gestures to the drone and follow us. We'll continue.
Sounds like fun.
Yay!
I mean, it did until you come on.
We cut back to Miriam. You've been running up this corridor with Lady and Callisto. Drones have been coming your way, and you've all just collectively taken them out. Whether it's Lady turning into a werebear and pouncing, or Callisto just firing off a spell, or you just smashing them with your bare fists.
Okay.
I can call them bare fists, right? I say.
I don't mind.
Very good.
And you come to a door, and Lady just rams into it and knocks it down. And this is where all the contraband is. And she looks through some stuff and just tosses a pile of junk out of you. And you find your scrying orb and the boys, the bad boys.
The bad boys.
Hey, Miriam!
What's up, boys?
Been having a solo adventure.
Yeah, nice. Looks pretty tight in here. See any other contraband?
We're surrounded by cool stuff. And you just see like various weapons and scrying orbs and various things. Could you make me an investigation check?
Oh boy. That's 16.
You find a planar key.
Ooh, wow. What does it look like?
It looks like similar to the planar key to Repaira that you have, except on the end, instead of a gear, there appears to be some kind of skull.
Oh, ominous. I'm gonna put that in my good pocket.
The one without the hole in it.
Yes, the one without the hole in it. It's just like,
Things never get lost in there.
And you pick up all your stuff.
yep, great. Ah, here's some good berries for the road, boys. And then she mashes a good berry into
The hammer.
I don't know if they can eat it. Probably not.
There's a smeared berry on the side of your hammer, and she said, delicious.
That's right.
Is this everything? Can we go?
I think so, yes.
And Callisto just runs up ahead. And that's when the three of you meet. See, I told you it was this way. There's our friends. As Snapdragon flies over to Callisto and Lady. And you see Miriam.
No, Miriam!
Oh my god, Cleo, Tom, it's such a relief to see you.
It's great to see you too. Where you been?
Therapy. It wasn't good, but you know what? I worked through a lot of things I was repressing. And some things that were just made up. Like hot tea.
It's fine. Tom has become half table now, so sometimes you can consider it a win that you only delved into your mind palace.
Yep, that's what happened. I have a palace and nothing short of it in there.
What do you
Not
mean?
a shanty.
Everybody
Definitely.
has a mind palace.
Hi, Miriam's friends. I'm Lady. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Of course, this is my new friend, Lady, and the other one, which I wrote down in my notes just before, called Callisto.
Correct. Yes, my name is Callisto. Welcome to Repaira. We are the ones trying to survive it.
Yes, us too. But
They've got cool hands.
And you just see like some mage hands appear, and they just start juggling like an ethereal ball.
well,
And then I start
that
throwing
is
some
pretty
good
cool.
berries.
More hands appear, and it's just like a...
this is very impressive. But
And Snapdragons are flying around clapping.
Mum sent us to try and hunt you down, but obviously we don't want to do that. We just want to get out of it. Where are elevators? And she smiles, kind of like the, you know.
Oh, right. We're on a mission to get to hell. So we thought we'd take a back door, which is to say, find a broken elevator and get there through that.
Hell? What you headed to hell for?
Someone's misplaced their soul.
At least part of it.
Yes.
Is it you?
Yes, it is me, flying thing.
Snapdragon. And that one's Flapdragon. Hello!
Pixies don't have souls.
No,
That explains a lot.
but you.
What's it like having a soul?
Cleo needs a minute.
What's happening in the minute? Are you just standing there?
Everybody just stands around
Yeah.
quietly.
Yeah, everyone just stands for a minute, like.
Right, so you need to
Collateral.
find a elevator to get you into... Yeah, I suppose that would work. That would get us out as well.
Yes. Yes,
Then
come
we
with
would
us.
be in hell?
Well, the only other thing is I just found this planar key. It has a little skull on it, though, which doesn't generally bode well.
I'm sorry, I don't know where this leads.
Can I use I have an ability called
Planar key knowledge.
Detect Portal. Would I be able to use that on it?
Yeah! That's, Detect Portal could be used on a planar key. That's
Yeah.
a fun use for it. I like it.
Okay, cool. So she's going to focus her Park Ranger energy on it and try and determine where it goes.
And the key floats, and a little gem in the eye of the skull, which is purple, just glows a bit. And you know that this is a planar key to the Bone Zone.
Tom
She
just
laughs to
starts
herself
laughing.
suddenly.
The bone zone.
It's the Bone Zone, apparently.
Um,
What a laugh.
You can all roll history on the Bone Zone if you like.
Haven't we brought up the bone zone before?
No, Bone Throne has been
Oh,
said
Bone
in a
Throne.
live show.
18.
12.
What was it? History?
Yes.
15.
And you can have advantage as well. Miriam.
15.
Alright, so with the 15 and 18, the two of you, you know about the Bone Zone. It is
Cleo's familiar with the Bone Zone.
It is a desolate plain ruled over by a powerful necromancer that she calls her home. It is an impenetrable fortress.
You're using a lot of...
And
What a
then you
dead
realize, Miriam and Cleo, the necromancer that you fought mere days ago when you were trying to get the planar key to Repaira, you recognize her now as Lilia Mortris, the ruler of the Bone Zone.
Wait! That must be Lillian Mortris's plane.
I just thought that too. I thought we would have realized that sooner.
Well, but that's good news, right? They wanted this planar key that we have. Wait, do we still have it?
Mhm.
To Repaira. So maybe if we go to the bone zone, if you will, together, like pals, and nothing else, we could trade the planar key to Repaira once we're out of here for a ticket back, perhaps.
I've been for a few negotiations in my time, but trying to make a deal with a necromancer in an impenetrable plane where you can't escape sounds difficult.
And what about your elevator plan? How we get to hell from the bone zone?
That's true. Well, I suppose if we needed to get out of hell... Anyway, we'll just keep this for now, but we've got it.
1 minute. Snapdragon? Is
Yes.
that your name? Oh, is that your name?
What about me, Flapdragon?
Flapdragon.
No.
This is a conversation for... Anyway, this drone, I cannot access its memory bit, but maybe it can point us to a elevator if you can tech it.
I'll try my best!
Off you go.
And Snapdragon and Flapdragon begin flitting around the drone and inspecting it and opening up a panel and...
Flapdragon puts on one of those welding shields.
And then you see Snapdragon close a panel shut and the aperture opens again and the drone begins to float. And then it looks around and then an alarm goes off.
Oh boy.
Oh no, this doesn't sound fun! And you hear a
no.
voice. I see you found my rogue elements. Why aren't you destroying them? A
Nope, I'll
hatch opens again out of the ceiling and you see this circular monitor come out with a tangle of cables and wires like a snake as the face then appears again staring at you. As you see Snapdragon and Flapdragon hide behind Lady and Callisto assumes a fighting stance.
We cannot kill them, for they are fiction in your imagination. And she goes, and she pretends to like put her hand through one of them, but just like behind their back, like like they don't exist. You cannot kill something that does not exist.
What nonsense. Fine, I will illuminate you all.
Well, soon we'll not all exist together.
Hear a metal piece of something slam down behind you as the rest of the corridor is just shut off.
Well, any other plans? Any other plans?
And the floor beneath you begins to move as you're being pushed on a conveyor belt back toward the door that has just slammed down, and an opening opens, and there is a furnace.
Oh, for the love of Mum!
How did you know my name?
Well, I was introduced to it before by my friends and colleagues here.
And the conveyor belt goes faster.
But if you would like me to call you something else, maybe Mrs. Robot, or
The Mother of Maintenance will suit me fine.
Mother...
Burn in hell! As the conveyor belt begins speeding toward the furnace.
All right. Is there... What are the walls aren't moving, right?
No.
Okay. So Miriam's going to click her planar boots and then run onto the wall and say, "Someone grab my hand!
Who are you grabbing?
Form a chain!" And then she'll grab whoever's closest next to
Sure.
me.
Snapdragon and Flapdragon just like grab your shoulders and
Yeah,
are just
that's
floating
better.
Do
there.
they even need to be on anything?
No,
Yeah,
they're just
okay.
floating.
They're floating. Yeah.
So maybe like Tom like grabs on and then you grab Tom's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lady and Callisto are holding on to Tom's other table
Yeah.
legs.
Great.
Cleo goes back in to like try and like swarm the memory of Mum through the device with bad tech again.
Sure, roll me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Mum's very set in her ways.
9.
The conveyor belt begins to slow down, and then a cable just whips out from Mum and lances the drone, and it is destroyed, and she brings it back. Connection terminated.
Ooh.
And then the wall that you're on, Miriam, begins to move,
Okay.
and the one on the ground stops.
I see what we're going to have to do here.
Let's jump back down to the ground now.
Oh, yeah, true.
And seconds after, that surface begins to move as well. You cannot escape.
Pixies.
I predicted your betrayal.
Yeah, well, you know what? You didn't predict that we would overcome our emotional baggage. That's right, we're not broken.
You are imperfect. I shall achieve perfection. You will be repaired.
Okay, well, you can achieve perfection, but you know what you're going to do? You're going to end up alone!
And you see her screen flash bright and cables whip out from her. And Miriam, I need you to make me a strength save.
Oh boy! Strength save? Oh, that's very good. 18.
Oh wow.
You're going to take 5 bludgeoning damage, but you are not restrained by these cables. And
Wow.
I guess we're rolling initiative.
We're fighting a computer on
Bam, bam.
14.
7.
21.
Your entire group is in this narrow corridor that is just one at a time. Each of these services is trying to push you into this furnace. And the Mother of Maintenance is on the other end, and you see cables flare out of her, ready to attack. And Tom, it is your turn. You are hanging on to Miriam.
So how far away is she and how many cables we talking?
There are maybe 5 cables coming out of her, but it doesn't look like she has any shorter than under there. And she's about 40 feet away. But
Towards the furnace, away from the
away from the furnace. So furnace on one end, Mother of Maintenance on the other.
And then the floor is moving underneath her, or she's like in a part of the floor that isn't moving?
She's on a part of... The floor is only moving... she's coming out of the ceiling, and that hasn't moved yet, but you haven't tried to walk on the ceiling.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So am I able to jump like towards her and attempt to like cut some of her cords?
So she's outside of your move range, but you could...
What about when I jump further?
You get the
Oh,
zoomie.
actually, no,
It's
you-
called zoomies, right?
Yes, but also you're a rogue. You can dash as a bonus action.
Oh,
so you can just
Sick.
get across.
You can get there twice
Mm-hmm.
and back again.
So can I go over there and then pull out a big old chef knife and try and cut?
Mm-hmm. So you leap off of Miriam onto the ground below you, and you start sprinting toward this machine, and then the floor begins to move. Could you make me an acrobatics check?
Oh boy.
19.
The floor is moving, but you're using it to your advantage, and you sprint across, and you reach the monitor that is coming out of the ceiling.
Can I take my knife out and give it a...
Yeah, go for it.
Stabby.
Are you trying to... Where are you hitting it?
I'm trying to cut like some of the cords.
Make me an attack roll.
Is it? Not good. Which one? I always do that.
Short sword.
12.
That will not hit.
Ugh.
She just
Traps.
dodges out, and you just hit her straight on the monitor, and you see her mum portrait appear, and eyes appear, and they're just very mad, and it flashes
They're
back
just
to
like-
its... Yeah, and it goes back to its regular blue after she retracts from you slightly.
Sorry.
Well, did anybody play Nightmare or Atmosphere?
Atmosphere.
I can't tell if that was a yes or a no.
The Atmosphere.
Yes.
It's like a board game, but you used to put a VHS or a DVD.
Oh no, I saw that in a
was it
workshop
like a...
once.
Maybe I played Nightmare.
Nightmare.
It was
Nightmare
like a horror...
Yeah, they had a whole series of the Nightmare, and then there was the Atmosphere.
I remember like a purple box covered in
Yes.
lightning, and there was like a dude
the
on
one.
it who looks like Palpatine. So like,
Yeah.
But Cleo, it's your turn.
So with this screen, is there a keyboard, or is it just a screen?
So it's just a screen. It's like a circular screen attached to wires, and that's what's coming out. It's like, almost like a snake of wires with just a circular monitor. So as Tom had jumped off of Miriam and sprinted toward her, you and the Pixies and Callisto and Lady just jumped off. So now you're 40 feet away from the Mother of Maintenance.
Cool. What have I got? It's been a long day for Cleo.
And the floor beneath you is moving. So you do need to keep that in mind.
So I'm just running. Am I running at the same pace?
Yeah.
If it's moving, or am I like?
Well, this is more like just in the moment. You haven't really moved yet, but you will start running, I guess, to maintain your spot.
Okay. So I start running. Actually, I totally forgot I could do the quick draw crossbow.
Oh, it's too late.
It's
Too
too
late.
late. But I'll do
Not
it next
quick
time.
enough.
The slow draw crossbow, which is a second perk. Alright, so I will fight it with 2 Eldritch Blasts. Chop! Whilst she's running and thinking. So the first one is 22, and the second one is 13.
The 22 will hit, the 13 will not.
8.
Yep. You fire off two blasts. One of them misses, and you manage to catch the other one where her cables are coming out of, and you see her recoil a bit. And now I need you to make me a strength save.
7.
You are unable to maintain your position, and you are fighting against the conveyor belt, which is pushing you closer to the furnace, and you feel the heat of it bristle against the back of your neck.
Ooh.
And it is your new friends' turns. The Snapdragon and Flapdragon just fly up toward the Mother of Maintenance, and Lady just turns into a werebear and begins charging. Callisto stays around where you are, Cleo, and they begin floating, and they're just on a disc of force.
Oh gosh.
And then they just start launching fists of force at the Mother of Maintenance, which she dodges.
Damn.
Good on her.
In fact, she dodges all of the attacks coming from your new friends.
Oh, damn.
They dive and she just dodges, and just moves around. She's very mobile. And it's your turn.
Mom! My turn. Okay,
Yes.
cool.
So you're on the wall. It had stopped moving as the regular floor started moving again.
Okay, so looking down from the wall at the floor that's moving, are there noticeable gears on the side that are shifting the whole thing, or is it just like suddenly the floor is just moving?
Whatever's
There's no
happening, it
perceptible.
looks like it's happening within the walls.
Okay, so like behind. So I was going to try and hit something with my hammer if I saw like a gear or something, a point of weakness that could try and jam it. But if not, I might try and cast towards the fire, so behind us, but a little bit farther away if I can. Spike growth to try and like get some kind of gnarly vines to try and jam the floor from moving.
Oh, so you're trying to like do it on the underside?
I guess. I don't know. On a point within range. So it doesn't say that I can see.
Yeah, it doesn't say that you can't. I'm going to say that it is like kind of difficult to do that.
Yeah.
So could I just get you to roll with your spellcasting modifier?
Ooh, not the best, but we'll do it. So I got a 3 plus 1 is a 4.
And as we know, 4s are very good.
May the
Very,
force
very good.
be with you.
Oh, yeah.
So you cast this spell and you're not sure where to target it. And you don't think you can cast it on the underside of the floor that's moving. But you have mere moments to redirect the spell. And you can cast it as normal if you'd like on a different surface.
Okay, sure. I mean, is Mum actually moving around?
So there is this like scene unfolding as the rest of your party are throwing attacks her way, and she's just weaving around and dodging. Sometimes she retracts back into the wall to dodge an attack, and she'll appear from somewhere else.
All right. Well, I will target it on one of the walls that I've seen her retracting onto, and so it's a 20-foot radius of hard spikes and thorns that kind of come out. Yeah, and obviously not on the same surface that my friends are on at the moment. Yeah.
You see the panels that you cast the spike growth on part, and she just goes back into the wall and comes out of there
Without being harmed.
without being harmed. And it's her turn, and you see one of these panels that you've covered in spikes. She come out of the wall, attached to a wire, and slams it into
no!
your friends.
I made it worse.
So Tom and the rest of your new friends are going to have to make a Constitution save or a Dexterity save, whichever you prefer.
Dexterity.
Your friends failed.
Ooh, Tom didn't do much better. 5.
Oof.
That's a fail.
Yeah. So you are around where she was, and then suddenly this large panel covered in spikes just comes off of the wall and slams the five of you
Sorry!
into the opposite wall, and you're going to take an amount of damage. You're going to take 12 bludgeoning damage. And what's the damage from your spike growth?
2d4.
You're going to take that as well? Why don't you roll that, Miriam?
Okay.
This is your fault.
Spicy caliente.
5 piercing damage.
So 12 plus 5 in total.
Kind of glad I didn't get up then.
Woofed.
And we're back to Tom.
So where
Oh
am
no,
I now?
I can.
You were... Now you're up against a wall. You've just been slammed into it by a spiky metal panel. And now there is little space between you and anything else. You're kind of being crushed, but it's pulled back a little bit, and you have some room to breathe. But you are wedged between it and the wall. It is spiky and painful.
Can I crawl out? Can I slink like a cat and crawl out?
Make me an acrobatics check to try and crawl out in almost like a contortionist.
Yeah. 18?
Yeah, you manage to actually use the spikes as a handhold and just find your way out. You will take some damage coming out. I lost a d4. Oh no, it's right here. Only 3 though.
Yeah.
And you come out the other side.
Is that my go?
No, you can still. That was just moving mostly.
Right.
The floor is still moving beneath you, but you're just up against the wall before.
And where's Mum?
So she is coming out of a wall between 2 panels that have parted.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was the one that was projected onto you, and then you see another panel on her left that is covered in spikes as well.
So is she on what? So she's a screen, like a monitor,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And what is she on at the back of her?
There's just like a network of cables.
Right.
She sometimes just goes back into the hole she came from, and it closes, and then you see her come out of a different panel.
So what I want to be able to do is just cut those cables so she just falls down.
Sure. Well, you've jumped off from the panel. She's across the room. She's kind of in the wall at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd have to wait for her to lash out.
All right. Well, in that case, I suspect I would have a meat tenderizer. No.
I'm sure you do.
In my cooking utilities.
Great.
So I kind of want to use it like a throwing hammer situation and throw it across at the monitor to try and just smash it a bit.
Sure. She's not currently in a way that she's not currently in a position where you could do that, but you could prepare an action to throw your meat tenderizer when she does lash out. And that'll just require the rest of your turn. And if you do that, it'll just trigger when the condition is met.
All right. All right. What do?
You don't have to roll
Nothing yet.
You just stand at the ready.
I'm ready with my meat tenderizer.
You are moving back toward the furnace at this point on the conveyor belt, but you're nowhere near dangerous territory at this point. So just ready with the meat tenderizer. And it is Cleo's turn. I need you to make me an athletics check.
Oh, at the beginning.
Because you are about to hit the furnace.
Oh, fun.
Oh God!
She hits the furnace hard.
You're about to slip and fall into it unless you do something.
Can I use Fey teleportation?
Yes, you can. You can misty step 30 feet in front of you as a bonus action.
Then I will bonus my action right up there. Hard. So yeah, I'll jump
So
forward.
it's less of a misty step and more of a water spray.
Yeah.
So where am I now?
You're 30 feet ahead.
And
are you just going in front, or are you trying to teleport somewhere else?
I have an idea of what I want to do, but I don't want to be near anybody.
I mean, so where you are 30 feet ahead of the furnace is still kind of behind people. Callisto's a little bit in front of you, and everyone else is kind of just around where Mom is.
Okay. Well, can I telepathically communicate to these guys that perhaps we should use the planar key?
Do you still have telepathy?
Yeah, but with the humans.
Yeah. I don't think you do. So you did when you were Warlock.
That's true, actually.
Oh, I don't, do I?
Warlock and
You're a
Warlock.
Celestial now.
Oh, yeah, gosh,
You
I
have to
forgot about
speak
that.
like the rest of us plebs.
Okay, then I scream when we should probably use the planar key.
Don't we need special equipment to use it with?
You do.
Oh, okay, then
As you
ignore that.
recalled your aunt saying you need a rift drive engine.
Oh, okay, then ignore me. Then I will do lightning lure in a hopes to frazzle the electronics around
you
me.
are too far away.
Not on
just
on the rotating floor.
Oh yeah, sure.
I want to frazzle the circuitry so it stops. Oh no, it's just a.
I will roll a saving throw. And I believe 19 plus would be past your DC.
But it takes damage anyway.
No, it's a cantrip.
Like on a hit, it takes the damage and it is full towards you.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But instead, you're just... I don't think you've successfully cast the spell once in this campaign.
Ever. No,
But
right.
again, you try again for maybe the third or fourth time at this point. As a lash of lightning comes from you and you try to pull up or stop this conveyor belt, and it doesn't.
Okay, cool.
And you feel yourself being pulled back into the furnace again, and you're going to have to make a check again next turn to not fall into it.
Fun. All right.
Did you use your movement as well to run forward?
That was it. Like, the movement combined with an athletics check to not be in there. And you
Right.
failed. It is your friend's turn, and they are all stuck behind the panel. And they are stuck there for now. So it's Miriam's turn.
Okay, she's going to stop concentrating on the thorns, at least, so they should just wither and
You just hear a sigh of relief.
yeah, sorry! And then, so she's still on the side wall, which is not moving. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so she's going to keep using a bonus action to have her sticky feet, and she's going to run along it towards Mum with her movement. 25 feet. Is she within, how close is she?
So you were a bit closer. No, you were still where Tom was. So you are still. So she's still 15 feet away.
She's 15 feet away? That's okay, because my hammer flies! And she's going to... if I have 2 attacks, how does that work, actually?
So that hammer does return for your second attack.
Cool, great.
So you brandish the bad boys.
The bad
Your
boys.
enchanted hammer.
And she's going to do 2 attacks.
And you're running along the wall, right?
Running along the wall, yeah. So it's not on the moving surface. So 2 attacks. One is a +7, so 21, and then 9 + 7 is 16.
That will hit. They will both hit.
Both hit, great.
And are you planning on worrying?
I'm gonna... No, I can't because I'm using my boots to stay on the wall.
Oh, no, you can...
I can do that?
You can, yeah. You
Okay.
can do both.
Okay, great. So it's D8.
Because the boots trigger when you use your planar warrior feature.
When I use it. Okay, got it. Where's the other one? That's fine. There we go. So this is the planar warrior hit, which is 16 damage on one, and that's force damage. And then the second one is 13 points of damage.
Ooh. Spicy.
Nothing compared to my 0 damage.
Ditto.
You are trying to help. Cool.
Where do you attack her?
So the hammer's like striking like the monitor, like smashes it in one direction and then it circles back and then circles back towards it and smashes it in the second direction.
She just gets clubbed in 2 directions.
Yeah.
And then your hammer returns to you and the gargoyles just have their hands out like in a high five.
Yeah.
And you high five the hammer.
Yeah.
And Mom does not look very happy. And the 2 panels next to her close. The spiked one that was crushing people comes back and it closes, and then between closer to you, Miriam, you see the floor open up. The moving conveyor belt stops. The panel opens and you see her again, and she comes up at you. And Tom, this is when you see your opportunity. She has come out of the ground, and there is just this long cable network that she's attached to, just directly in front of you.
Sweet. Am I able to use my elemental whetstone on my...
Yeah, you can have. I can say that you can have done that on your turn because it would have been a bonus action. So you just prepared your meat tenderizer. Which element did you choose?
I'm thinking...
Spicy.
Thinking acid.
Oh, I like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
So when you prepared to throw your meat tenderizer before, you just, I guess, wiped it by your whetstone, and it just began dripping this caustic material. And now you're in fact in melee range. You can just make an attack without having to throw it.
Sounds good. What am I throwing? What am I?
D20.
Yeah.
Oh, I already have one in my hand.
Oh, yeah. Great.
What am I adding?
You can just use your claw damage for
Claw
this.
damage?
I think it's assumed that like any like chef's tool you have is just basically a dagger for you.
Sick. 23 then.
Sure, that will definitely hit. And Miriam is nearby enough for you to get a sneak attack bonus for that. So it's another 3d6.
17.
16.
16.
17.
17.
And,
Counting. It's not very
It was difficult.
and she rises up in front of you, her attention toward Miriam, and you just thwack her with this acidic meat tenderizer.
Yeah.
And in fact, the acid cuts through these cables and severs her from the panel that she was coming out of.
Sick.
And she falls to the ground, and the conveyor belt stops it had begun to slow down, and now it just stops entirely, and the furnace shuts off. The wall is still there, though. And the monitor just falls to the ground, and the screen cracks. And everyone just...
And then Tom turns to the Flapdragon and Snapdragon and says, "You've really been here for 3 years and you never thought to do that."
We've tried, and every time we do it... And then you hear a... coming from elsewhere. "You cannot kill me. That was merely a physical avatar. I am not just the ruler of Repaira. I am Repaira."
Oh, cripes.
And a red light just begins covering the entire chamber, and you hear an alarm blare. "I will now take extra measures."
Wasn't that a thrilling conclusion? Join us next time for another riveting installment of Dungeons and Drag Quiz!
Dungeons and Drag Quiz is a production of Cleo and the Queens. For more information, head to thequeens.com.au. That's the kwqueens.com.au. The City of xan'moxie is written and run by the DM up in your DMs, Pete Distapan. The sultry voice of Cleo Fallcharges was none other than AJ Lamarck. Ranger Park Ranger Miriam Gargoyles was, of course, Jack Gorman. The terrific tones of Tomcat provided courtesy of Candace Gallimore. Titles, credits, and additional writing performed by the disembodied voice of Ryan James Pearson. And a special thanks to Danny Johnstone of D Johnstone Music for the D&DQ theme song. Follow D&DQ AU on Twitter and Facebook to stay up to date with the latest D&DQ news. That's all for now. Until next time, the City of xan'moxie bids you adieu.